Ahead of the International Day for Decent Work, a 3-month dispute over wages continues in Tshwane. A strike began in late July following the announcement by the city that there would be no salary increases due to budgetary constraints. Samwu members have been demanding a 5.4% wage increase according to a 3-year wage agreement signed way back in 2021. After a court declared any strike action illegal, most workers returned to work, but the city has claimed an illegal strike continues on the ground with go-slows and work stoppages. There have also been reports of violence and intimidation of working staff members. Well, Cosatu has joined the push for higher wages, and the Trade Union Federation also organising a series of marches today to commemorate the International Day for Decent Work tomorrow. One of those was in the capital city. To discuss, we're joined by Amos Monyela, who is the Cosatu Provincial Chair. We were hoping to be joined by Samwu too, but for now, Mr. Monyela, thank you for being with us. Tell us about the march in Tshwane today. Was it well supported?
Good evening to yourself and your viewers, Francis. I must say I had one of the successful months in recent time. The march started at the old Patco and proceeded to the National Treasury and then went to the city of Tshwane. And at the core of our demand in the International Decent Work Day was the defense of collective bargaining and the labor laws of our country, as well as a fight against austerity measures as per the cost containment circular released by the National Treasury. I must say, indeed, I'm happy with the turnout. The strike, the march was a huge success. And I must indicate that some members are not on strike, some members are back at work. Unfortunately, the mayor, when he's supposed to come and collect the memorandum, he was not available. He sent the city manager. On arrival, the city manager just turned and said his safety was at stake, something that looks bizarre to us because there was no violence at all. It promised that Cosatu is not a violent organization. But all in all, I must say that indeed we did well.
All right, and to what extent have you been supporting Samwu? You say that you're not joining a strike because there is no strike. They've said the same. People are asking, then why are no services being delivered? How do you classify what is going on at the moment?
Maybe they must ask the mayor what is going on and why there are no services, because services have not been there even before some members striked and they are now back at work. There have never been services. You can go to the working class areas. There is a lot of sewage spills, roads are not fixed or maintained. Working class stadiums are not maintained. They've been built, they've dilapidated. So we are surprised that they think that it is only now that there were no services. The point in question is that the people of Hammanskraal died of cholera, where there were no services, fixing of the river water purification there. So we are amazed. So the workers can't work when there are no resources to work with. So, but then they're back at work. So when asked the mayor why the city is in crisis, when asked the mayor where the 10 billion is, so that it's able to provide services to the people of Tshwane.
Yes, and we have reached out to the city. We are hoping to speak to the mayor. No response yet. But we have a member of our team who's been told by municipal workers that she would not be helped because that was their stance. You do not accept that there's any sort of go slow on at the moment?
Well, I accept that there is no go-slow. I don't know what was the conversation between a member of your team and the person who said they are not going to help them get services. Services that are available to the citizens, that have been provided by workers. So those that are not available, they are not being provided from the political parties in the council, from the mayor himself and his entourage. So there are no services that are provided. So the conversation that they had is a conversation between themselves and that person, which we cannot own up to. All what we know is that members of SATU are back at work and the city has collapsed a long time ago. Not even when some started to raise a question about the collective agreement that was not implemented.
All right, so all the issues, all the lack of service delivery then is because you are saying that the city is not providing workers with the tools that they need. We have spoken before about transport that has been suspended, for example. You're saying that across the board, everything that's not happening, the city is to blame.
No, yeah, the city is to blame. Why are buses not operating? So you must ask the mayor why the buses are not operating, because the general narrative that they've put in the public domain is that the buses have been vandalized and city property has been vandalized. We as Cosatu will want them to bring the person who has vandalized those properties and equipments of the municipality, and we see that person, and the public can see the person who's continuously vandalizing properties of the city. We don't subscribe to vandalism. We don't subscribe to destroying public property. So if there is evidence to the effect that members of Samwu are responsible for this, let them come up with evidence, and they must arrest them, those who are responsible for this. But as far as we are concerned, we think that is a propaganda that is put into the public domain in order to break the spine of Samwu. So hence you'll find this thing without any evidence. Anything that has got evidence, it must be reported to the police and the person must be apprehended.
Yeah, as far as I know, the DA said that they had evidence of a WhatsApp group. Samwu members were on there, and there was coordination around sabotage, around intimidation. I mean, even putting that aside, who is responsible for intimidating workers? Who is responsible for the acts of sabotage that we have seen?
I'm not too sure as to whether you want me to say it's workers, because I've told you repeatedly that workers are not responsible for that. I've just completed telling you that we believe that there is a propaganda surrounding this. You must not be surprised that you are given this information by the DA. By the DA, which is the party in government together with its notorious coalition in the city of Tshwane, that are giving you this evidence. Why is that evidence not provided to the police so that the police can act on it? I'm of the belief that it might be a concocted WhatsApp group by those marauding gang of no particular origin who wants to destabilize some within the municipality. If they've got that hardcore evidence, they must not come to you. They must just go direct to the police and lay a criminal charge, because they do have an evidence. Ask them, why are they not submitting that to the police and police to investigate that thing? So you can have your answers. If they have not submitted it now, you can conclude that they must be arrested themselves because they are misleading the public.
Yeah, the reports suggesting that would be submitted. That is something that we will follow up on. Thank you very much, Cosatu Gauteng Provincial Chair Amos Monyela.